In the Philippines, nature's fury has struck once again. Typhoon Kalmaegi, locally known as Tino, made landfall with powerful winds and relentless rain, unleashing chaos across the central part of the country. Entire communities are now submerged. Thousands have fled their homes, and emergency crews are racing against time to rescue those trapped by the rising waters. This is the story of Typhoon Kalmaegi, its impact, the people caught in its path, and the challenges that lie ahead. Typhoon Kalmaegi made landfall around midnight on November 4th, striking near Silago in Southern Leyte. At the time, it packed sustained winds of about 130 kilometers per hour and gusts reaching 180. In just a few hours, calm skies turned into a scene of destruction. Roofs ripped away, trees torn from the ground, and floodwaters sweeping through streets and homes. According to the Philippine Weather Bureau, Kalmaegi was a strong and organized tropical cyclone that intensified quickly before landfall. Its central pressure dropped to around 984 hectopascals, enough to cause severe winds and torrential rain across the Visayas region and nearby islands. The provinces of Leyte, Samar, Cebu, Bohol, and Negros were among the hardest hit. Reports from local authorities describe neighborhoods underwater, bridges washed out, and vehicles left floating down the streets. Power lines are down in many areas, cutting off electricity and communication. In Tacloban City, a place that still bears the scars of 2013's Super Typhoon Haiyan, residents say the sound of howling winds brought back painful memories. "We've learned to prepare," one resident told a local news outlet, "but you can never really be ready when the water starts to rise this fast." Flooding has been severe in central parts of the country, with local officials confirming multiple casualties and many still missing. Early reports suggest that at least 26 people have lost their lives so far, while others remain stranded on rooftops waiting for rescue teams to reach them. Before the storm hit, the government ordered large-scale evacuations. Over 380,000 people moved to higher ground or sought shelter in evacuation centers. This quick response likely saved many lives, though conditions in shelters are now challenging. Overcrowding, limited clean water, and fears of disease outbreaks are growing concerns. Rescue operations are ongoing, led by the Philippine Coast Guard, the military, and local volunteers. In some towns, rescue teams are using rubber boats to reach isolated families. Drone footage shows entire communities cut off by floodwaters, with only rooftops and treetops visible above the brown, swirling water. In the coastal town of Maasin, witnesses reported strong storm surges pushing seawater deep inland. Cars were swept away, and fishing boats were smashed against the shore. Local authorities have declared a state of calamity in several municipalities, unlocking emergency funds for relief and recovery. Beyond the initial destruction, the danger isn't over. Kalmaegi continues to move west-northwest, crossing the Sulu Sea. Forecasters warn that it could regain some strength over warm waters before reaching the South China Sea. Even as the storm moves away, heavy rain remains a major threat. Landslides are likely in mountainous regions already saturated by days of rainfall. PAGASA, the National Weather Agency, has urged residents in vulnerable areas to remain alert for flash floods and to avoid crossing rivers or flooded roads. Flights and ferry services have been suspended across central and southern Philippines. Schools and offices remain closed, and thousands are stranded as transport routes remain underwater or blocked by debris. Behind the statistics are countless human stories of resilience and fear. In Cebu, a mother of 3 shared how her family escaped when their home began to flood in the middle of the night. "We carried the children on our shoulders and waded through waist-deep water," she said. "We lost everything, but we are alive. That's what matters." Elsewhere, rescuers found an elderly couple clinging to a tree after floodwaters engulfed their home. They had spent nearly 6 hours in the rain before being pulled to safety. These moments capture the raw reality of what families across the Visayas are facing: uncertainty, loss, and yet an unbreakable will to survive.
Nangaanod na tanan, Lord, na amin din. Rescue, please, rescue.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has directed all government agencies to prioritize relief and recovery operations. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council has deployed food packs, medical teams, and temporary shelters to affected areas. Meanwhile, the Department of Energy is working to restore electricity, and engineers are assessing damaged bridges and roads to reopen vital transport links. International aid agencies, including the Red Cross, have also mobilized. Volunteers are distributing relief goods and providing psychological support for families who have lost loved ones or homes. Officials have reminded the public to stay vigilant, even after the storm center passes. The lingering rainfall could still cause flash floods and landslides in the coming days. Typhoon Kalmaegi is another stark reminder of the Philippines' vulnerability to extreme weather. The archipelago faces around 20 tropical cyclones each year, but many scientists say storms are becoming more intense as ocean temperatures rise. Communities, especially in low-lying coastal zones, are paying the highest price for a changing climate. Yet, amidst the hardship, stories of unity and courage are emerging. Volunteers helping strangers, neighbors sharing food, and communities working together to rebuild. These are testaments to the Filipino spirit that endures, no matter how powerful the storm. As Typhoon Kalmaegi continues its journey westward, the immediate danger may pass, but the struggle to rebuild is only beginning. Thousands are displaced, homes destroyed, and lives forever changed. If you are watching this from an area that may be affected, please stay informed through official channels, follow local advisories, and take every precaution to stay safe. For the rest of us, this is a moment to reflect on how fragile life can be in the face of nature, and how crucial it is to support those who find themselves in its path. Because even in the darkest storms, compassion and solidarity remain humanity's greatest strength.